do 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 do.
Boop 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 boop. Oh, I'm making the I'm making the wood stove freak out a little. Okay, I'm just gonna reach over. Hi, how you doing? I'm Rigaroga. I'm gonna before I actually say hello, I'm gonna go ahead and double check that we got live audio going. Let me try and remember which side I got going here. I got it going. Whoa, sounds good. Good audio. Good and clear audio. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to just the chat. Okay, awesome. Do 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 do, and I'm gonna put on my head. Yes. Okay, so howdy. I'm Rigaroga, and this is Cooking with Rigaroga, and we're gonna cook today. Hope everybody's having fun. Let me just double check the. Yeah, I am trying every once in a while. I just move the audio. I mean the video, kind of tilt it around and kind of. Hopefully, there's a little bit better view of the cooking area where I generally cook. Um, and the audio is way clearer than it was before. So this is really great. Unfortunately, when I looked yesterday, the battery was like almost completely out. It wasn't in red yet, but so there is definitely a time limit on how much I can film with this setup until I get a battery. Today is the beginning of a third week of doing these cooking with Rigarogas. So I've got a bunch of new recipes, and the one we're going to do tonight is Thai turkey lettuce wraps and with water chestnuts and sesame dipping sauce. And so that's what it's supposed to look like. In the box, 2 green onions, head of butter lettuce, ground turkey, hoisin sauce, water chestnuts, sriracha, chopped ginger, slaw mix, and Asian sesame dressing. And it takes about 25 to 35 minutes. We're supposed to cook it within 5 days of getting it. It's easy and it's medium spicy. For my cabinets, I need olive oil, salt, pepper, a medium non-stick pan, and a mixing bowl. And I think I'm probably going to end up using a colander. But that's all you need. And then, so I'm going to put the ingredients up on the cabinet door. Why is it not going in there this time? Okay, there we go. And then get this out of here. Okay, so let's start. So this is the ground turkey. And then we've got the butter lettuce in its own separate thing, and this is one of the cool ones that it has the root bud on it, so it stays really fresh. Makes me feel a little bit sad about killing it because it's kind of still alive. Slaw mix, some super duper green onions. Oh, there's only 2 of them. Wow. Okay. There's the chopped ginger is already chopped up. Hoisin sauce. Oh, wow, and the water chestnuts, yeah, water chestnuts are good. And, oh, you know, it's funny, it's the exact same Asian sesame dressing that we had the other day with the pot sticker burgers. But this time, there are actually 2 sriracha containers. That's pretty cool. So it can be a little bit hotter. That's kind of nice. So I'm going to get this out of the way. And the first thing we're supposed to do is prepare stuff. So we're going to do, let's get these guys out of here. It's going to be, we're going to prepare these 2 things. We're going to do the green onions and the lettuce. So let's get the green onions going. Oh, it's pretty sealed in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and give it a scissor treatment. Those are pretty. Those are pretty. It's funny because green onions and water chestnuts are some of the things that I would use for ingredients. So let's go ahead and just take a look. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of compost here. We're supposed to separate trim and thinly sliced green onions on an angle, keeping white and greens separate. So let's go ahead and clean up the ends really quickly. And let's give them a little trim. There we go. Okay, so we'll put this in the compost. And then we're going to cut these, and we're going to do these in an angles. And boy, they really do a pretty serious angle on those. I'm trying to see. So here's an example. It's kind of like a 45-degree angle. So we'll go ahead and do those pretty severe. Oh, that didn't really cut. There we go. I'm not doing this very fast. I could do faster, but I'm trying to decide where the whites are going to stop. Let's call it about halfway. One more? One more. Okay, so we'll call those the whites. And I didn't really get those as as much as I thought I would. Yeah, I'm feeling like I want to add that to the whites. Okay, so we'll get this going. Okay, so we'll call those the greens. And then let's do these for the whites. We'll put those in the whites. Okay, that looks a little bit more even. So it's about half and half, the green parts and the white parts. So we'll set those to the side. And so the next thing that we're supposed to do is we're supposed to separate the lettuce leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and get my handy dandy multi-purpose colander and get that ready. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open. Whoa, that's, well, I guess the label acts as a thing for it. Yeah? Right? The hell? Wow, that label's insane. What the hell? Okay, come on you. Let's just go. Poink! Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. That's super cool. Okay, so we probably don't want to have our there's a little bit of dirt coming off of it. So let's go ahead and get our cutting board off to the side. So we're going to separate off, and we're supposed to do, it's about 6 total lettuce cups. So let's go ahead and we'll take one. Oh, well, okay, so there's one. That one kind of got beat up. So that's 2. There's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, so it says he's supposed to do 6, right? And that's for the 2 servings. So what I'm really thinking is that I want to leave the rest of these on the root bud, and have those prepped for tomorrow. Which means I'll have to take the picture for Instagram tomorrow. No, let's go ahead. We'll just do it. We'll just do it. Dive right in. So let's go ahead and pick off. Let's just keep picking. And oh, okay, that's a big one. Nope, that one didn't really come off good. Okay, that one's a little better. And let's see, we'll get a couple more. That's a pretty good one. I don't want to go too far because they get a little bit, I assume, a little bit bitter. So let's go ahead and we'll call it there. And then I'll leave that on there, and I don't know if I'll use it for something. Maybe I'll create a tiny little salad or something tomorrow. So let's go ahead and put that back in the fridge. Woo! Okay, so I'm going to just step away really quickly and just run this a little bit under the water in the sink behind me. And draining it off. Woo! Almost lost one. Almost lost one into the toxic sink. Well, I mean, it's not toxic, but you know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and actually put let's grab a bowl and put the bowl under there for any remaining drainage. So we got that all set and ready to go. That's great. Okay, so now we're going to cook the turkey. So let's go ahead and get this going. The turkey is going to be medium high. Okay, there we go. I got confused there for a second. Okay, there's a tiny bit of water from, I just want to make sure there's no water in here because, you know, you add oil to water and it is a bad news. Splattery, splattery, splat, splat. Splattery, splattery, splat, splat. Okay. Let's see. So, let's see. We want to do... I'm going to go ahead and put that over there. And then we want to get this open. Okay, that's open enough. Let's go ahead and just wash our hands off a little bit. Being safe with the meat. The meat. Oops. Oh no, I had the towel over the mic. Hopefully I didn't have that over there for too long. Sorry about that. That's probably a little bit mumbly or making a bunch of weird noises. Anyhow, we got the turkey meat going. Let's get that going. Starting to get there. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil in here. Olive oil from my own cupboard that is finally getting to good use. Go ahead and put this. Yeah, it's ready to go. Ready to go. Listen to that sizzle. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and wash our hands one more time. Get that wrapper washed out just a tiny little bit. And we'll go ahead and get these. The knife should be fine. I washed that off already, and then we got the plate. So we'll get that washed off. Okay. So we're gonna stir it often and until it breaks up. Is there a good view of that? That's relatively good. Anyhow, we're gonna stir this up and break it up so that it's into bits as we make this. And I gotta make sure not to get the towel on the. Okay, I think I probably had water still on my hand. That was silly. Not a lot, but enough. So I'm gonna just really quickly. I'm gonna make sure to wipe my hand off one more time. Get an apron. I need to get an apron because the apron would actually be good for the mic as well, because I'd have something other than my t-shirt to hook it to. So we're just really, all we're doing at this point is we're just browning the meat. About 8 to 10 minutes. So that there's no pink left. So we're basically, this is just the cooking of it, getting it cooked up, and then we'll add the seasoning in the next step once the turkey is ready. Okay, so we're about, I don't know, about halfway there maybe. Still a little bit of pink. But we're getting there. It's getting there. So that's about 12 ounces of turkey that they gave. Which is, it's interesting that it's a different amount. I mean, instead of like, it was 10 ounces of pork, I think, and 10 ounces of ground beef in one of them. Okay, getting there. Pretty close. There's still a tiny little bit of pink left. But I'm getting the bits broken up and ready to go. This is going to be tasty, I think. I'm a little worried that it's not enough, but I mean, 10 ounces of turkey is pretty good. So it might be plenty. But it really works out to only be like about 3 wraps per serving. Okay, it looks to me like the pink is all gone. So this is where we're at. It's starting to brown a little bit, and all the pink is gone, and it's broken up into all sorts of stuff. Hey, Raz, how you doing? Yeah. Today is Thai turkey lettuce wraps. So we've got the lettuce, and we're going to get the wrap in there, you know, wrap up with some slaw and some dipping sauce and all sorts of stuff. So that's what we're doing. And it's going to be a little bit spicy, which is going to be great. So now we've got the turkey all broken up, and there's no pink left. Yeah, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I've got a secret ingredient to share with you that's not part of the set, but I'm going to actually use a different spice for it. Now, so the next step is to finish the turkey. So we're going to add the hoisin sauce, which is this. So we're going to get this sauce, and it's kind of a thick little sauce, actually. So let's go ahead and get a spoon to dish this out. So it's kind of a thick. You can see it's packed in there. Okay, we've pretty much got all of it out of there. Might as well scrape this little bit too. Okay, so we got that going. Let's go ahead and remove that from our cooking, our prep area. Put that in the sink. Okay, so then we're going to add the water chestnuts. So we got 3 ounces of water chestnuts that we're going to add in. Let's go ahead and start stirring this up so that it gets evenly distributed. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add half of the sriracha sauce. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add the sriracha sauce. It's just these little containers, right? So we're just going to add that right on there. But here's the secret ingredient. This is an ingredient that I have had in my cooking. I pulled the I pulled my mic off of the thing. Anyhow, hopefully that's still working. So this is my secret ingredient. It's chili garlic sauce. It's really sambal olek is what I'm looking for, and it's basically it's a sriracha for people who aren't afraid of spice. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sauce. Look at that. So it's a little bit darker red than sriracha. And it's a lot spicier. Okay, gotta close the door. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the white portions of the, yeah, you want to keep those secret ingredients secret. So this is the white of the green onions. So we're going to add those in. And then we're supposed to add in the ginger. And that'll be the last of the ingredients for this stage. Oh, we're going to get a spoon for this too. Kind of not getting this done very quickly, but so that's just that's a tiny bit of ginger. That's hardly any ginger at all. And then we want to get it evenly spread out through here. Yeah, I've had when I was little, like early teens, or even maybe before, like 10 and 11, maybe 12, 13, I started doing stir fries, and just sort of randomly, the local Safeway had sambal olek chili spice stuff, and the first time I used it, I dipped the end of a chopstick into it and then put that in the dish, and it spiced the whole damn thing up. And nowadays I can use like a whole, like a spoon and just spoon a bunch on. But it has been in my cabinet as an ingredient that I've used in curry and stir fry and just about anything and everything that I want to spice up a little bit for over 30 years. So I really recommend it. It's, even if you just use a little bit, it'll really it adds sort of savory hot without being that awful metallic spice, you know? Okay, so we're supposed to taste it and add the rest of the sriracha, but I feel like I already added my chili garlic sauce. And then we're supposed to add a little bit of salt. So let's add a pinch of salt. Yeah, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Technically, this is not sambal olek. It's just chili garlic sauce with a natural color and everything, and it's a little bit less vinegary and tangy than sriracha. It's more of a serious spice additive. Okay, I'm feeling like this is pretty good. So we're going to remove this from the burner. And I think, to be honest, that's actually it for the for that. Excuse me, I just sneezed. I mean, you heard. Of course you heard it. So, but that's what it was. I didn't want you to have to try and guess what just happened. But it's pretty cool that this time they gave you 2 sriracha spices. Probably because it's Thai food, and Thai food should be spicy. So, okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually prepare our wraps. And we're supposed to do 6 of them. So we're going to go ahead and make a bunch. I need to clean up my space a little bit here. Okay, so let's get this. I'll leave this out. I might use that. Oh, nice. Yeah, habanero, good spicy. Okay, so if we get two lettuce pieces for a little bit more structural integrity. And then what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to fill with spoonfuls of the turkey mixture and top with slaw mix. Okay, so we're going to spoon up some of this turkey mix. Oops, And we want to make sure that we have enough. So I'm kind of gonna divide this. So let's divide this, and I'm gonna divide this in half, right? So that's gonna be, and then we'll divide these into 3. So we've got kind of get our 3, or I mean 6 total portions all ready to go. That might be a lot. We might end up with more. That seems like a lot. Huh. Interesting. Well, okay. Let's at least let's try. We'll do what we can. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some people really like that that metallic hot spice, and I think it just ruins dishes because that's all you taste anymore. That's the thing that I really like about the sambal oelek is that it really spices it up without changing. I think without really changing the flavor. Like it adds savoriness to it and hot without destroying the rest of what you're eating, and that's a thing for me. I think that's a really good kind of difference between. I don't want to be mean, but like American Mexican food, spicy is like hot for the sake of being hot. Whereas like Asian spicy food is really about adding something to the dish. Okay, that might have been a little bit more than would fit in there. So we're gonna, yeah, let's go ahead and grab some of this. I kind of overfilled that. So let's go ahead and put a little bit on the top here. Okay, so there's one. And here's the next one. Okay. And a little bit of the slaw mix. We can add more of the slaw mix afterwards if I've got a bunch left over. But let's go ahead and do that. Oh, here, let's put one there. Okay, so let's do the next one. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing. You gotta, balancing tastes and whatnot. You want to do that with everything. Figure out what goes together and what doesn't overpower anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this in. Do another one right here. Okay, and a little bit of the slaw mix. So how you been, Raz? How's it going? How's your week? And there's 2 on that one. We'll go with this. I really like the texture with the water chestnuts. That's one of the things that I like with stir fry is using water chestnuts and bamboo shoots and stuff like that. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I got crap going on too. But what are you gonna do? You just, soldier on. Keep on keeping on. Treat yourself nice when you can. It's kind of, at some point, You just gotta give yourself permission to treat yourself nice, because nobody else will. Okay, so let's do this other one. So I guess, yeah, six of these, 3 on each plate, is actually quite a bit of food. Okay, so let's get that on there, and then we'll get a little bit more slow. And this is actually the last one we need to make. So that's good. Let's go ahead and do that. Get that going. The portions I divvied out are a little bit uneven. So this one has a little bit more meat than the rest of them do, but we'll go ahead and make that one be the juicy one, the overstuffed one. Yeah, well, you know, the law of averages, right? Eventually, something good will happen. Okay, so then we got the last of the one with some, let's put a little bit more slaw. So that's 3 on each plate. Let's go ahead, there's a little bit of slaw left, so let's go ahead and kind of divvy it up on the ones that look a little bit light. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's clean up a little bit. Okay, just using the sink that's right behind me, behind my little cooking area. Getting that. Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. That is that one right there is the first one that is going to get eaten. That's just the way it is, folks. There's no way around that. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix up the sauce. So we're going to add the Asian dressing, which is a sesame dressing. So it's going to be pretty intense with the sesame flavor. But we'll dump that in there. And we can get that out of the way. And then the green portions of the green onions. Oh yeah, thanks. That was. It's really cool to see that I got 100 followers on here. Yeah, it's definitely. I've got some great milestones. For example, I just hit 250 hours of streamed content since my very first stream, which was in September of 2014, I think. So I've definitely done. My streams have been longer than they had been, and I also took a big break in there. But that's a really cool milestone, and I keep watching the little milestones as they go by. And but yeah, 100 followers. Every round number is a really good one. Okay, so we added those, and that's actually it. That's actually all you're supposed to do. So let me. I'm gonna go ahead and just stir this up to get the dressing on the green onions. Somehow my green onions look like I've got way more green on here. So I think when I was cutting them, I should have cut way less for the green. and I should have cut them a lot smaller. But so this is going to be less of a dip as it is going to be sort of like a topping sauce. Yeah, it's well. First off, thanks so much for saying the nice comments about that. But yeah, it is hard. It is very hard. It's hard to get noticed, and it's hard to certainly. At this point, I kind of feel like I probably won't ever get partnered. But I can do fine as an affiliate. I think if I just keep managing to grow. At the end of May, at the beginning of June, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a hiatus and then come back. So I'm gonna have to probably rebuild a little bit. My schedule is gonna change because I'm gonna be in a different time zone and all sorts of stuff. But I'll be able to keep going and keep growing. That's the goal. Okay, so again, it's more of a topping than it is a sauce, a dipping sauce. Let's go ahead and I feel like here. Let's put it in here. Okay. Yeah, making it to partner is a big step after affiliate. Affiliate is a pretty good, nice starting point. And so it's really awesome that they added that so that it was, way more possible for people to start seeing support early on. Because otherwise it would just be too hard. Yeah. Well, oh gosh, yeah. If you don't enjoy it, if you're doing it for business purposes, or, I mean, to a certain extent, it'd be nice to have the support, right? So it kind of is business, but at the same time, that if that's your focus, forget it. You gotta go at it for the most part, uh, unless you yeah, your approach to things has to be way different. I certainly would have to approach things way differently, and I'd be way more stressed if I were focused completely on, what it would take to be partner. It's always been like, what is it that I can do that's fun for me, and hopefully, if I'm having fun, then the people watching will have fun and stuff. So it's great to get a little bit of feedback, from extra followers and people that like yourself that drop in and let me know. Yeah, it really is actually, not just you amusing yourself but that it is actually amusing, like objectively or, subjectively to more than just one person. Okay, so this is it. This is our dish. This the Thai turkey wrap with a dipping sauce. So it's 3 wraps, and the dipping sauce turned out to be more of a topping than a dipping. But that's it. Isn't that great? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw in some of the topping. Oh no, now I forgot which. I think it's this one. I think it's this one right here. I forgot which one was the ridiculously overloaded one. So, hey, Nomad Support, how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. So let's go ahead and drop some of the topping on here on each one. And I'll go ahead and put it on the other plate as well, because I'm going to take a picture of that for Instagram. Okay, awesome. Oh, and that's a mess right there. Wow. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for. There's a few streamers that I've really paid attention to who have really, done a really good job of building it up and staying for the long haul. Like, Bruce Cooper and Bruce's. Both of those streamers have been around as long as I've been paying attention to Twitch, and so I like to drop in on them and support them and stuff. They've really been really nice. The main streamer that I used to watch is no longer on Twitch, but she gave me some of the best advice, and it's just do it. Do it because you enjoy it, and do it to do it, and do it with whatever you've got. Like don't hold off because you don't have doohickey 1 or doohickey 2. Just do it. And so that's kind of what I did. Is I just started, and I had the hiatus because I had to move and I didn't have bandwidth and stuff. But you get back into it and you just keep going with it. I think getting the mutual support of the nomads, and by that, I mean, the nomads are a great organization and I'm glad to be part of them. But what it really is you got to network with other streamers, right? So that's a great way to network with other streamers is to join a group like Nomads. But you really got to get sort of a network of support, and then and that'll help you. That'll really help you in the long run, I think, as well. Along with you want to actually stream regularly in a regular schedule and stuff like that. But okay, so let's go ahead and attack one of these. So this is the first one. We got the double lettuce wrap to be a little bit more structurally sound. And let's go. Ready? Here we go. I couldn't get it because this thing totally poked me and I was denied. Okay, so we're gonna kill that. Mmm. Mmm. That's good. Oh, I could have put way more spice in there. I could have put way more spice in there. Oh, there's a little bit. There it shows up. It's a nice little spicy chaser. That's good. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, that's a good attitude, Raz. I think that's a great idea. I mean, that's one of the things that I've been really trying to do. Oh yeah, no, that's really good. You got to do stuff. Um, like one of the things this month, because I've got um, a, a lot of attention for being the streamer of the month with the Nomads, I really have tried after every single stream to raid somebody. Um, and I always raid, whoever I'm following that's at the bottom of the list. Maybe they just started up their stream and haven't got people yet or whatever. But you got to pay it forward constantly too. Um, and when I'm just as a viewer, if I'm going around Twitch and I'm looking for a game, I always scroll to the very bottom of the list and I see, like this is this cool game. I want to actually see somebody play it, and so I'm gonna choose the person who's really toughing it out, not the person who has like 20,000 viewers. I'm gonna pick somebody who has 10 or whatever, and drop in and say howdy. I think that's a really good attitude, Raz. Because really, that's what makes it a community, right? That's what makes it a community instead of a TV station or a cable service, right? Is that you get to interact and you get to make meaningful connections with people, and Back in my day, to a certain extent, it was, we had arcades, um, and you'd go to an arcade, and people you didn't know would be playing a game, and you'd huddle around them, almost like, somebody telling a myth at a campfire. You'd watch them take on the role of their hero in this game, and you'd watch the story unfold, and you'd share bits of trivia and information, and your oohs and ahs as they did something, or got to an area you hadn't seen before. And Twitch is an opportunity to really sort of have that kind of community, by having people in chat that interact with each other and share those great moments and things like that. So I think it's a really awesome thing, as opposed to like, just having recorded videos on YouTube or something like that. There's that immediacy, and you get audience participation and all of that. That's a really big deal. And I've always thought, like, there's this progression of storytelling where, maybe, telling the story, the mythic stories of heroes and things like that, um, at the campfire, you sort of hear about, um, the heroes and the deities and all the magic and stuff, and you can use them, historically as kind of an exemplar. But as we've gotten into these video games, you start taking on the actual role of those heroes. Like you're enacting, um, the archetypes of all of the classical, myths. Um, in like Doom or whatever. He's got guns or whatever, but he's basically Hercules, right? And he's like fighting off demons and things like that. And so you're getting more and more identified with, myth and hero and storytelling, and it's really exciting to me. Oh yeah, the negativity is everywhere. The negativity is everywhere, and unfortunately, there's definitely some racist, stuff going on. Um, for example, on YouTube, I have comments completely turned off on all of my videos, um, just because it's too easy for people to be, semi anonymous and say just truly rancid stuff. I've lucked out so far in stream. Um, I've had to ban one or two people for being just kind of jerky, um, but it hasn't been bad yet. At some point, I'm gonna actually need mods, other than auto modding and Nightbot and stuff like that. Every online forum has kind of had to go through that, though. We had that with the BBS wars, and we had that with, the early internet and, Usenet and all that sort of stuff. Oh wow, yeah, being a mod, boy, that would be a deep dive into the depths of humanity. Yeah. Well, good on you for helping out with that. Uh, yeah, it's awful. I mean, some of it is just it's performative, like they're trying to get attention for themselves. Like the object of their hate speech is really, it could be anyone. Like it's not necessarily sometimes specifically that person, although sometimes, that also happens. It's just awful. It's awful what people do. So it's really, having people like yourself, Raz, who really make an effort to make a healthy community around streamers is awesome. Okay, so we're going into the second one. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. It really is a simple dish too. I mean, I suppose, I mean, you could just get slaw mix and then the hoisin sauce and then the Asian dressing. It's really super not complex. It's basically just the turkey, the lettuce to wrap, green onions, and sauce. It's really good though. And the lettuce wraps are so fresh. It's really good. Well, I think part of it is that it's a butter lettuce instead of being like iceberg lettuce. So it's a lot thinner. It's a lot less watery, you know. It is more of a wrap. It's really thin instead of being like a big leaf of lettuce. So I think that helps. Oh yeah, the water chestnuts. Well, you know, I think for the most part they don't add any flavor. It's all texture. Um, so I don't. One of the things that I would do um, is actually I would almost prefer bamboo shoots to use those for the texture. Cut them up into tiny little strips. That's good stuff. I suppose you could also add maybe jicama or something to the slaw. The slaw itself might be crunchy enough as far as the texture, but the water chestnuts do add something. They add a bit more crunch, and so I think if I didn't have those, I would want something like the bamboo shoots. The other thing is that they are like big slices, and instead of being like cut up into strips. Oh yeah, yeah, it's really good. I don't have an example here of, but it's just cans in the international food section of, basically every grocery store, uh, and they come in. They're 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 little strips, like about that big, and you can cut them diagonally. It's really just texture. It's like a kind of a crunchy texture. Use them in spring rolls and stir fry, and you could use them in these kind of things. Mm. Oh yeah. Oh, then yeah. Take a look. You know, you can buy little there. You can buy tiny little cans of them, um, and give them a try. That might be something fun to try out. I like them. I put water chestnuts and bamboo shoots both in stir fry. Okay, here we go. Mm. Wow, I really am plowing through these. Mm. It's a really good mix of, texture and taste and stuff. So that's a pretty good recipe. I really like that. I feel like the topping is, I don't know if I would do something different with that. Mm. Well, I have to say, my fears of the portions not being enough were completely unjustified. Each of these portions is plenty. It's good size. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Raz. I'll FedEx you one. Mm. I hear you. Well, for me, that's one of the reasons why this is really awesome, is because of how far I am from town. It really is inconvenient for me to get to town to do shopping regularly, and so I don't get a lot of fresh food unless I'm doing something like this. Woo! The last couple bites are trying to escape. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Mmm. Oh man, and my fingers are all dripping. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, that was tasty. Okay, let's put this in the sink. Wash my hands off just a little bit. Excuse me. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to, is to be able to bike to the store. I think there's a CSA that I'm going to investigate that I might be able to take part in, that has a pickup point that's just half an hour bike from where I may be ending up. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, I think you're right. It is pretty good and healthy, as far as I can tell. And I'm not, super into tracking all of that, but I mean, fresh, uh, protein, fresh veggies and stuff. There's not really fruit They do have an add-on that you can add for fruit and stuff, but I haven't gotten that. So I don't know. It does seem to be fresh, good food um, and tasty. It's really good, really good stuff. Uh-oh. For some reason, hopefully that wasn't. It didn't seem like that got interrupted at all, but um, not Siri, but Google Assistant tried to pop up, and it thought I was saying something to him. And okay. Oh, nice. Oh, I was really, really looking forward to that. I had my second serving of the previous meal, like around 3 or 4 yesterday, and so then I was like all day for the rest of the day. I started to get progressively more and more hungry, and I had to have some snacks and stuff. And um, but I was so looking forward to this. I kept sitting at the clock, going, get going, get going. Is it 6 yet? Is it 6 yet? Oh, I want some food. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the other thing is that I can eat this tomorrow. Um, and it's a full meal. So I get 2 full meals for myself, since I'm cooking just for myself. And it's been interesting when the leftovers, especially for the dishes that had mustard in them, how much richer the mustard taste got. Yeah, I mean, so they definitely mature a little bit when they're even. I put them in the fridge and whatnot, but they do actually, um, change flavors a little bit, and it's fun to compare. Yeah. Yeah, well, unfortunately for me, if there's any pizza left, it's gonna get eaten. There's basically a pizza, and any subunit of pizza is insufficient for a full meal. You've got to eat the whole thing. I haven't, when it comes to pizza, I have no portion control. I cannot save pizza for the life of me. I've tried. The only way I can do portion control is by having a smaller pizza. Because no matter how big it gets, I pretty much will eat the whole damn thing. It's awful. I am no good with pizza. Pizza is my kryptonite. My nose is running a little bit. Sorry about the sniffling on stream. Too much to physically eat. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that'll do it. I cannot eat one more bite. It's Mr. Creosote in The Meaning of Life. Oh, Mr. Creosote, can I bring you anything else? Yeah, fetch me a bucket. I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I couldn't have one more bite. Oh, just one tiny little bite. And I managed to pull off one extra leaf, so we're gonna put that back into the container, and I'll use that for a salad probably tomorrow or. And then there's a tiny bit of the lettuce as well that I didn't pick off, so we're gonna go ahead and might as well get that put in here if I can reach it without pulling the mic off again. Okay, let's go ahead and. Come on, you. Oh my God, what the hell? It's like hermetically sealed now. Oh, dang. Wow. Okay, get in there. Wow, that was like, that's nuts. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually, I mean, the idea of cooking enough for 2 meals and then actually plating them, I think maybe that's, excuse me as I burp, I think that's actually part of what helps is that I'm actually plating them. Like if I didn't plate them, I would probably do a second serving, right? Um, so if I just did the one plate and I had the pan of the filling, I would just keep eating uh, and refilling. But by doing it and actually separating it out, that actually is helping me do portion control a lot better than if I didn't do that. So that's something that I have been thinking about, like as part of this process as it goes on. Of vulture syndrome. Ah, there's food. Rawr, rawr. There was one holiday, winter holiday gift giving season where I got a huge, gigantic model of Rodan, the Godzilla pterodactyl creature, and I like flew it around the house. Rah, rah. I just when you said vulture syndrome, I just imagined that flying around the house. Rawr, rawr. Yeah, yeah, it's hard. It is hard. And part of it, of course, I presume is that it takes your body a little while to get used to the fact that it's actually eaten, and so you're still eating even though your body is gonna be satisfied. It takes like another half an hour, 45 minutes. So you just keep chewing on stuff because your body hasn't quite figured out that it's full and that it has everything it needs. And then, I mean, then the other thing, of course, like if you're not getting everything your body needs, you're gonna want to still snack and stuff. So, having something like this that has like everything in it, sweet and sour and tangy and salty, like all of those, and protein and stuff all mixed to go. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, carbs. Um, Welcome. Yeah, this is the second dish. So I plated 2 dishes each time that I've been doing this, and so this one is going to go into the fridge for tomorrow. Um, Not leftovers so much as food for tomorrow, which is kind of leftovers, except they weren't left over. It was intentionally set up that way. But yeah, so that's I had a whole other portion that I ate already. It'll probably be like early dinner. Yeah, this is pretty much one meal. And when I made it, actually, when I just started, I was worried about the portions, like whether there'd be enough. This was the one dish so far where I'm like, there is just not enough food here. But I was wrong. I was totally wrong. This is a complete meal. Super filling, really good. Yeah, at this point, I feel like I'm perfectly good putting this in the fridge without needing to eat any more for today. Probably, I mean, it might be. It's going to be between lunch and dinner. For the leftovers, I tend to eat them earlier. Like I don't eat them at 6, like I do with the when I'm cooking them. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it really worked out. It worked out really good as far as the sizing. Um, the lettuce and the slaw on top help, I think. Like if it were just the meat, it would be a little bit too sparse, perhaps. But that's, I mean, that's a full plate. That is a full heaping plate. I'm not. I'm not. I'm on no particular diet. Yeah, so I'm not doing keto or Atkins or anything. You mean before, Raz? You mean it was just the ingredients? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good heaping plate full. On as far as portion sizing, like the Acapulco fajita, that was another one that would be like this. And to be honest, if I had had masa and I made my own tortillas, I could have had probably 10 tortillas easy out of that Acapulco fajita dish. But as it was just the filling, right? It was just the filling on the plate. So it and but even then, it was still enough. But yeah, I kind of like if I had it to do again, I would do either have some corn tortillas or make my own. Just mix up some masa and get those cooked up into tortillas, fresh tortillas. Um, and I would have done that. The lettuce really, I think, helps in making this a really full meal. And I'm not entirely sure what I did wrong with the with the dipping sauce. I mean, so I don't I guess you can't really see it, but if you look at the mixing bowl for the dipping sauce, it's really there's not a lot of green peppers in there. I had way more not green peppers, green onion, the greens in there. And you look over here and you compare the whites to the greens. So I don't know how that happened. It's like they didn't use all of them. That must be it. They didn't use all of them. And it looks like they kind of just threw them on top instead of actually mixing them up like I did. Well, but the thing is that's not super fine right there, right? I mean, that's pretty much how I did it as far as sizing. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, so that was the dish that we were doing. It's funny because this to me looks like potato or squash or something, but that's actually one of the water chestnuts. But that's the comparison for what it should have looked like and what it does look like. But that's a good recipe. That's a good recipe that would be easy to do on your own. Keep some. Hey, carbs, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm getting close to calling it as well. My battery on the phone is going to run out really soon. I need to get a battery pack so I can do longer remote videos. Thanks for stopping in, carbs. That's really awesome. Have fun watching the TV and getting work done. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. It really is nice to have you drop in. Thanks. And yeah, totally. Absolutely. Just a battery pack. Because it was really, The audio issues, I don't know if you dropped in to some of the early ones. It turns out it was because I had it plugged into the wall socket and the wall socket's crap. So, um, so yeah, doing a battery pack and that'll give me tons. I basically get an hour, like I'm looking at it. Oh, it's not that bad. It's been an hour and a half and I've got about half of the battery, a little bit over half of the battery gone. Fallout energy packs. That's totally right. Yeah. Yeah. I got, well, it's actually, I say it's my cell phone, but it's actually my Pip Boy. I got my Pip Boy streaming on Twitch. I keep wanting to make one of those, with a Raspberry Pi or a Nano Pi or something like that, to make and do like an e-ink thing or something like that. All right, Carbs. Thanks for dropping in. See ya. And Raz, thank you for stopping in and saying great conversation and sharing my meal with me. Sorry, it was a little bit torturous to not have it to share. I don't know how to fix that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. And tomorrow is going to be Casual Friday at noon Pacific time. And then Saturday is Spelljammer early in the morning on Saturday Pacific time. And this weekend, it's actually Sunday is going to be Warhammer role playing early in the morning on Sunday. And then Monday, early in the morning, is going to be the Curse of Strahd. So I've got a whole bunch of role playing going on this weekend. And then just to let you know, there's going to be International Tabletop Day is like the 28th, I think, and that's going to be a Saturday. So I'm going to do a little mini marathon because I've got a bunch of players in Europe that join me for these games. I think it's probably going to be like 4 a.m. to about like 1 or 2 or something like that. So anyhow, that's the plan, and hope to see you drop in for some of that. And the next cooking stream will be Sunday night. All right. Thanks, Raz. Have a good night. Oh yeah, it's kind of crazy. Uh, I've actually been trying to because I've been the streamer of the month for the Nomads. I've been actually trying to stream every day, and I'm probably going to end out April having streamed for about 25 days in a row, because I didn't know for the first 5 days that I was selected as the streamer of the month. But that's part of why I wanted to do these experimental streams and get them up and running. Is I wanted to sort of pay back the honor of being the streamer of the month by actually streaming a lot more than I would normally. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. And the role playing streams have been awesomely cool. So anyhow, sorry to jump back in after saying goodbye. I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. I'm gonna keep on jumping back in. I'm gonna keep on jumping back in, and then maybe I'll eat this. No, I'm saving it. No, 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 no. Bad rig. Bad rig. Bad. Bad. Save that for tomorrow. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. There's no food here. Besides, I got to take a picture for Instagram before I throw it in my mouth. All right, Raz. I'll see you later. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.